Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron Fonzie, and I'm the founder and composer behind Literacy First Literature, and I'm here to give you a quick introduction and overview into what this is all about. So, aside from just being a collection of works, Literacy First Literature is really all about an idea for how we can scope and sequence ensemble music making in what I believe is a more perhaps efficient way of doing that. So it all stems back to my experience as a director. I'm going into year 10 now, and after 10 years, one of the biggest challenges I've noticed with a lot of my younger groups, I teach middle school, is that they seem to have a particular challenge with durations and, of course, rhythm, just in general. Music literacy can be a bit of a challenge with my particular ensembles. So I kind of realized that one of the biggest issues is when we look at most grade point 5 compositions that are more publicly available, that are more that are on these major publisher sites. They are phenomenal. They are wonderful compositions, but many of them will throw a lot of concepts out at once. You know, you've got slurs usually in a grade point 5 or in some grade point 5s. You got whole notes, half notes, quarter notes. You're just dealing with a whole lot of stuff. I've even seen tied rhythms. I've seen what we might consider simple syncopated rhythms in grade point 5. But all of this is to say that it's a system that has been the way that we approach selecting music for our bands for a long time. But I felt that there could be something that serves my students a little bit better. So I decided to create my own sort of system based on the scope and sequence that I feel would be best for my students. So a while back, I realized that perhaps the biggest challenge, the biggest reason why my students were struggling so much with durations in particular, and counting through notes, counting through rests, subdividing, all that kind of stuff, is because they didn't really have established an internalized sense of pulse just yet. So there are many different techniques that I use, that I implement to improve that. But one thing that I decided I wanted to do was what we needed was more literature that focused on just small, bite-sized bits and pieces of these fundamental concepts, like just quarter notes, just quarter note rests. You know, can we understand that aspect, just the pulse? And then the next step, let's add on some half notes. Let's add on some whole notes, but literature that actually excites students and audiences, but it focuses on just those fundamentals. And that's Literacy First Literature. So I'm not going to go into the scope and sequence in this video. I just wanted to give you the background about where it's coming from. You know, I've been a composer more or less all my life. I've always enjoyed it. And now I'm very proud to say that I can blend the two things that I'm most passionate about, composing and teaching. And I just really hope that through this, that this literature not just helps your students to achieve a greater sense of success, but most importantly, that it helps to create exciting, fulfilling, meaningful experiences in the band room for you and for your students. All right. Thank you so much. And if you ever have any questions or have any interest in compositions and anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my email and whatever other contact information down in the description. And I hope to hear from you soon and see some wonderful performances from your students. All right, take care.